once a poor boy living in a small village. He had nothing valuable in his life except for one old Nokia button mobile. That phone was not touchscreen, it had no modern apps, no high-quality camera, no internet, nothing that the new world would call useful, but for him it was the most precious thing in the world. That phone was his father's last gift, and his father had used that same Nokia to call him one final time before passing away, giving him words of advice and blessing him to always walk on the path of honesty and kindness. Every time the boy held that phone, he felt his father was still close to him, watching over him. The boy worked day and night in the fields, his clothes torn, his hands rough, his body tired, but when he looked at his old Nokia, his heart filled with strength again. The little green screen and the small buttons were enough to remind him that love and memories are more powerful than wealth. One day a rich man from the city came to the village. He saw the boy with his old mobile and laughed. He took out a brand new smartphone, shining like a piece of gold, with a bright display and endless features. He said to the boy, "Give me that useless old phone and I will give you this modern phone in return. Look at this, it has a camera, social media, games, everything. Why would you keep something that belongs in the past?" The boy smiled and replied softly, "This Nokia is not just a phone. It carries my father's voice, his last words, his blessings. These small buttons may look old, but every button carries a memory, every scratch on it is a story, and every message inside it is a treasure that money can never buy." The rich man could not understand and left, shaking his head. But the boy felt proud because he knew the value of what he had. Days passed, and one evening disaster struck the village. A terrible storm came, the power went out, the network went down, and all the new smartphones became useless with no signals and no battery. People were panicking, children were crying, families were trapped, and no one could call for help. The boy rushed to his home, took out his old Nokia button phone, and to everyone's surprise the small screen lit up, and the signal bars were still there. That small phone had enough charge and enough power to make a call when no other device could. With trembling hands, he dialed the emergency number and contacted the city for help. Soon ambulances and rescue teams arrived, saving many lives. The villagers gathered around him in shock, staring at that little phone that everyone thought was useless. An old man said with tears in his eyes, "This phone is no ordinary device, it is a blessing, it is an angel." The boy looked at the Nokia in his hands, his eyes wet with emotion, and whispered, "This is not just a machine, this is my father's prayer living inside it." That day the whole village realized that sometimes the things we call outdated and small are the ones that protect us in the biggest storms. The boy pressed the Nokia close to his heart and promised never to let it go.